Tonight, should doctors be prescribing pornos to patients?
That's the stupidest thing I have ever heard in my life.
Turn off the lights. It's time to debate right here on Crossballs.
Comedians posing as experts.
Pot is good for everyone.
Women are designed for sex.
Hunting is self-defense.
I drive drunk all the time.
Debating real people.
I'm not gay.
It's totally immoral.
Who don't know the show is fake.
That's a lie. You're an idiot. Die.
Out of the crossfire, beyond hardball. This is Crossballs.
I'm Chris Tallman. Tonight's topic, adult entertainment. With us now is sex therapist Dr. Jerry Smith. Also with us, the director of Sex, Love, and Choices, a pro-abstinence organization, Hope Lopez. Thank you for being with us. Question of the day. Does pornography have a negative effect on society? Hope, let's start with you.
It definitely has a negative effect on society. I think, especially with our young men, I speak around the country, and I have young men coming to me all the time saying, Hope, you know, I have a woman on my right, I have a woman on my left, I have a woman on top of me, a woman behind me, and you want me to be abstinent?
Mm-hmm. So, because it's pervasive. Doctor, how do you respond?
Pretty much all problems stem from sexual inhibitions.
Okay.
Well, what I've figured out in my therapy sessions is that a lot of times pornography can help people get back to deal with some of those issues of psychosexual stages of development.
So the pornography actually brings them back to when they were having a problem in development, and it helps them figure something else out entirely.
It can.
What about things like, you know, ADD or social disorders, that sort of thing?
I've had people watch group sex videos, and it kind of helps people with knowing how to work along with other people.
Really?
Yes.
Chris, can I say this?
Please, go ahead.
That's the stupidest thing I have ever heard in my life.
All right. Why?
Why? Because...
Chris, she's not a doctor.
Let her respond.
I had a couple who was having a hard time. The wife was dealing with a passing of her mother, and so she had grief issues, and the husband was having a hard time accepting that. What I had her do was I had her watch some butt play videos. What that did, because what happens with a lot of couples is they have shyness and inhibition issues, it shocked her right out of that grief.
What?
I'm sure it did.
You know another thing I do, I have couples make their own pornography together.
Make their own together?
Yeah, they make their own pornography together. Sometimes I'll have them bring the tapes back to me, and I'll watch them. It's a good tool. I can see what's going on in their relationship, all of their issues. I'll watch them. Sometimes I'll have an outside eye, another doctor come in and watch them so I can get a good opinion. I've even had couples come in and reenact what they did in the tapes in my office.
Next issue. Isn't it harmful when children run across accessible, hardcore pornography? Doctor.
What I propose is that I want to integrate kids with their mental capacity into pornography so that they understand what sex is. It doesn't have to be the pornography that adults are watching. It's not, but kids need to know what sex is. They need to know what intimacy is.
Is that true? Do kids need to know what sex is?
You know, you want to teach kids about their sexuality, definitely. When my son comes to me and says, you know, I heard about such and such at school, I will tell him based on what he needs to know.
When it's age appropriate.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
I don't need to
That's exactly
go and
what I'm
show
saying.
him.
All right, now we actually have one of the videos that Dr. Smith shows to children. Now let's take a look.
I'm Momo. I'm a bumpy wumpy.
I'm Tallulah. I'm a bumpy wumpy. What are you doing, Momo?
I'm making myself feel bumpy wumpy good.
I want to feel bumpy wumpy good. Me too.
Okay, let's cooperate and share.
Rubs, rubs, rubs.
Do you want to hold hands?
I can try.
This feels bumpy wumpy. Like that, don't you?
Yes, yes, yes. I do like that.
It feels good to share.
the video.
I don't think anybody would let their child watch something like that.
Yeah, I agree.
That wasn't age appropriate.
That isn't age appropriate for anybody.
That was not graphic at all. That was not graphic at all.
It has nothing to do with graphic. It has nothing to do with graphic. It's, you know, the way you communicate to someone.
That's the way you do it.
That is not how you do it. I would not let anybody see that.
Next up, adult entertainment. Should there be red tape around blue material?
Before you leave the strip club, you de-sex your mind, you watch some home repair videos.
Stay tuned. Welcome back. Censoring adult entertainment. First up, we have the self-proclaimed soldier in the war on sex, Matthew Marks. Also, here's a recent inductee into the Legend of Erotica Hall of Fame, Bill Margold. Thank you for being with us. Should the government be regulating our access to adult entertainment? Bill, let's start with you.
I don't think you can legislate morality because it's none of their business. If you start trying to prevent people from getting off with what we do, you're going to create an awful lot of frustration.
All right, Matthew, how do you respond?
Well, my group and others like me, we are lobbying the president to start a new war, and it's a war on sex.
On sex?
Yes, on sex, because our nation's been sexualized to a point where we're a nation of perverts, super freaks and freakazoids, and it's got to stop.
Are you a pervert?
Hey, one at a time.
I'm a soldier against the pervert, sir.
Are you really?
I'll meet you on the battleground.
Anytime, kid. And I guarantee you my sword's bigger than yours.
All right.
It might be, and that's typical behavior of someone like you to brag about your sword as if that's the only thing you got going for you.
It slays the dragons of ignorance.
I'm sure you have slapped a dragon with it. It sets a high standard which most average people can't achieve. I'm telling you, sir, you watch these films and they have penises that are they're larger, they're mutated, they're bigger than normal. People will watch these films, and men in particular, they'll see these penises and they look at their own and they feel inadequate, and it makes them unable to perform with their own lover, and sometimes because they're embarrassed to show their small penis because they think it's small in general. Hold on. And then they'll have to turn to prostitutes, and sometimes they're too embarrassed to even be with prostitutes, and they're forced to make love to things like melons and jars of raw meat.
And apple pies. Apple pies, absolutely.
Jars of raw meat. They'll put egg and raw hamburger meat.
How do you know all this?
I study. I
do
case studies. I can show you.
Bill, address this issue.
I'd like to see your refrigerator, kid, because you're in the fantasy land.
It perpetuates the myth of the female orgasm. You see in all these films women having orgasms, and we all know that does not happen. Women don't have orgasms. I have been with many women, and none of them have had one orgasm.
That's your fault, not theirs. That's your fault, kid.
It's been proven over and over again. I have seen they don't have. What happens is there's this mass hysteria caused by these films that you're perpetuating, where women see this and think that they can have orgasms, that they can't. Then when they can't, they feel bad. Some of them feel they can, but what's happening is they have allergies or digestive problems, and they get a little tingle in them, and they think it's an orgasm, and it's not.
That is an orgasm.
It's allergy problems.
The biggest problem women have with orgasms is they deny all the firecrackers waiting for a fire rocket or a skyrocket. It's all in the mind.
All right, let's move on. Should the government crack down on what happens in strip clubs? Matthew.
First of all, there should be pasties like there are in many states required at all times. They should be pancake-sized, not silver dollar. Pancake-sized pasties, put on all of them. They should be all painted a non-skin color, like green or gold or something like that, because it desexualizes them and it doesn't make them objects of sexualization.
Are you frightened of sex?
I'm frightened of what it's doing to our society, sir.
Are you frightened of sex yourself? Because you act like you're terrified.
No strippers are insane to have mental problems. They need to have chaperones, volunteer chaperones like myself that could talk to them once a week. Maybe a man.
Oh, yeah, you want to talk to them, maybe a man while they sit on your lap. I've worked with an awful lot of people in the adult entertainment business, and a lot of them are extremely happy with what they do. They provide a service. My great love, a woman named Viper, once said the reason she made X-rated movies was so she could have sex with 10,000 men at a time rather than just one. We provide a release Do you understand that?
You're taking advice from a woman named Viper?
Yes, my great love.
You want to eliminate chairs from strip clubs. I don't understand that at all. Why?
Okay, well, they say in many cities, many states, we've eliminated lap dances, but as long as there's a lap, there's going to be the temptation of a lap dance. So if you eliminate chairs and stools, laps can't form. What happens when a lap forms? Every man can look down at their lap right now. Material bunches up and makes a penis teepee, and your penis can hide in there.
My penis have never behaved like a teepee in my life.
Well, what do you think about that? Getting rid of chairs, is that going to get rid of lap dancing?
No, I don't think so.
Why?
Because that's not the issue. Really the issue is even before they get in there. And yeah, I could understand a lot of men you're saying that would like to jump over in order to get to you, and that's because the cycle of pornography produces that. You can't get enough. You want more.
Are you begrudging a person's opportunity, his right to masturbate?
Yes.
You are?
Definitely.
That's
You don't think people should masturbate?
Have you ever masturbated in your entire life?
Wow. You should do it. I think it would benefit you also much.
That's rude. Let's get into the quick balls round. The average internet user spends more than an hour a month looking at pornography online. Is internet porn harmful? Quick balls, go, Matt!
It's very harmful. The spam might be the most harmful. You'll get these spam ads every day. They offer 1 to 3 inch penis enhancements. These things are false. They're fraudulent. What happens is it doesn't increase your penis size. In fact, it can deform it and make it turn a little bit to the left. It can make it turn a greenish yellow color. So it makes you so ashamed you can't even go to the doctor. You don't know what to do about it. It's horrible.
All right, rebound to you, Bill.
I feel sorry for the amount of research you just put in. You know way too much about something you must have toyed around with.
Here's something else. You just tell me this isn't true. They have these websites all over the place, and this is also in spam advertisements for them, that advertise virgins wanting
All right, please watch your language.
I see it every day. Virgins wanting
Come on.
This is false advertised. We don't know for sure that these are virgins. There's no substantiation. A virgin will be on for a year, and she's wanting for a year. So she's still a virgin after a year? That doesn't make sense. Do they want How much do they want? What's so funny, sir?
Look, I cannot believe you're talking. What about children and pornography? Why are you not addressing the fact that kids have easy access to porn through the internet? Isn't that like the most horrifying thing in the world?
I don't think he cares about that. He's worried about the virgin who hasn't got that.
I haven't really researched that very much, but I think the real problem is penis growth fraud.
Next up, strippers. Should we touch them with a 10-foot pole dance?
My job is to rhythmically remove my clothing in an artful, choreographed manner to give a man an erection.
Stay tuned. Welcome back. Strippers, just the same old thong and dance? Joining us now via satellite is a stripper from Miami, Florida, Mary Lynn. Now, we have an op-ed piece that you wrote for the Miami News Gazette where you say, quote, strippers are on the front lines of feminism. We are pure, raw girl power, end quote.
I am a feminist. I've always been a feminist. And you know what? Most feminists just talk to other feminists. Whereas I talk to men. I like to say that I'm on the front lines of feminism. I'm in the trenches. I'm in the laps of men, you know, who are the biggest misogynists, while most feminists are just preaching to the choir at, like, Lilith Fair concerts. You know, I'm out there. Every time I spread my legs, I'm spreading the message that women are equals and they should be respected. 3 months ago, Chris, I was fired from my job as a stripper because I would not take the sexual harassment that I experienced on a nightly basis in my job. Comments which I was not protected against. For example, sometimes I would hear or lip read, for example, take it off, okay? A, that's a very not intelligent type of thing to say because obviously I'm going to take it off because I'm a stripper. B, they're not really saying take it off because we all know that's going to happen.
Hope, what do you think about what she's saying?
I think she should be called what she is. I mean, it's really...
What are you saying she is?
A slut, a whore.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Thank you. And I think that is so awesome and so wonderful.
Why?
Being a slut and a whore is a beautiful, divine right of every woman, and I'm so proud to do that. And I'm exercising my right to be a slut and a whore every night.
All right, now Ms. Lynn has actually brought with her a video clip. Now, this is the harassment she endured at the strip club that she worked at. Let's take a look.
Are you ready to go?
She may take her job a little too seriously.
You think she's taking it too seriously?
I think so. I think
would you
she's
like me to take your erection less seriously?
I take care of my erection quite happily. I don't need you to handle it for me, kid.
Should her audience says, should they have to sit there and sit
blind? That's insane, because what the eyes see, the mouth is going to say.
Hope, what did you think of the video specifically?
Sorry, I didn't watch the video.
Why not?
I didn't want to see it.
But what about the fact
I think Hope is worried that she has a crush on me. I think that's what's going on.
Nice try.
I have to cut you off. We're running out of time. Let's get into the quick balls round. What can we do to protect strippers from being fondled? Quick balls, go, Mary.
If we were to implement, for example, mannequins in strip clubs, sexual harassment would go down. For example, putting mannequins next to all the seats so that patrons could tip and fondle mannequins as surrogates. We could also do lap dances on the mannequins instead of people to cut down on the kinds of comments I was talking about.
All right, mannequins as surrogates in strip clubs. Rebound to you, Bill.
Is she related to this man? Mentally, there seems to be a symbiosis.
Bounce back to you, Matthew. Go ahead.
I believe there shouldn't be any tipping of money at all because they just spend it on heroin or whatever. They should get gift certificates for clothes or food instead, so we know what it's going towards. And if these places really aren't about sex, then why do we need females dancing? Why don't we have she-males or hermaphrodites?
Unbelievable. Next up, porn stars. Who's their daddy? Stay tuned.
On the next Crossballs.
Is racial profiling the only way to stop criminals?
We stake out places where we think criminals are going to be. Fried chicken establishments are places where criminals are going to be.
Welcome back. Adult entertainment, Porno or Poor Yes. We're almost out of time. It's time for Foul Ball, where we take a look at something that's completely out of bounds. Joining us now via satellite is the father of an adult film star, Andrew Fortson. Now, Mr. Fortson, I understand you're actually currently embroiled in a lawsuit against your daughter. Tell us about that.
Yeah, about a year ago, I was bartending at a bachelor party, and the gentleman had on a pornographic film, and I recognized right away that the star of the film was my daughter. Now, I had not seen her since she was 16 years old. I was sneaking into her room to steal her charm bracelet, as a matter of fact. But she has grown up a lot since then. She's been in a lot of pornographic films, dozens of them. She's very successful, making a lot of money. She goes by a lot of different names, but I know her as my little Kelly. But she's making a lot of money. And I saw a documentary not too long ago where they were talking about strippers and porn stars, and there's one thing they all had in common. Unresolved issues with their fathers who were emotionally distant or who abandoned them at one time. And now, I got to be honest, that's basically what I did. And my point is that I am entitled to some of what she makes because her being a porn star is a direct result of my getting drunk some of the time around the house or leaving for months at a time. Now, I must have told her that she was worthless about 1,000 times, and now the whole world gets to watch her prove me wrong. I think I'm entitled to some of what she has made in the pornography business.
What do you think about what he's saying?
He's already said he wasn't a father to her, so why would he need the money?
What do you mean by that? I was not a very good father to her. That is true. But my being the kind of father that I was has resulted in her becoming very successful.
Right,
that's my point.
He has no idea what he's talking about.
Bill, what do you think about what he's saying?
He has absolutely no idea what he's talking about, and he is deserving of nothing but contempt.
All right, listen. For a time, when Kelly was a child, I made my own speed. And there were certain instances when we would give her some. And me and my friends would watch...
That's real good.
Me and my friends would watch her bounce off the walls for hours and jabber, 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 jabber. And I tell you what, that gave her the performing bug. I think it also taught her that it was nice to please men.
You're writing a book about this experience now, aren't you?
I have written a book. I have completed a manuscript of a book. It's called How to Raise a Porn Star. Now, I have had... I've had 2 rejection slips from it.
I bet you have.
I've had one. I'm passing this on to the police slip.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
Disrespectful.
What do you think about? Would you buy that book?
I would not buy it. As a matter of fact, I wouldn't advise anyone to buy it.
Last word to you, Andrew Fortson.
Oh,
all right, kids. I am right now trying to get some money by selling some of Kelly's items on the internet. You can buy them.
What do you got there, sir?
Uh-oh.
I have her diary from when she was a child. And this here, I want to read you a sample from it. This is from July 1989. It says, Daddy made me lie to the police today. And even though I did it, he still took my roller skates to the pawn shop. I wish I was a little bird so I could fly away.
Oh, my God.
We will see you next time when more experts get caught between the crossballs. Good night.
In Reno, crime doesn't pay.
Free, sir!
But it will get you on TV.
Congratulations, you're under arrest.
Number 1, can you please step forward and sing the first line of Amazing Grace?
Amazing Grace, how sweet the sound.
Can I make my phone call?
Who you gonna call?
Your mama.
Are you ready for your close-up?
You that guy from Reno 911, both of y'all. I understand my rights, officer, and it's a pleasure to be arrested by you.
Reno 911, back on the beat tonight at 10:30 on Comedy Central.